The Mobile County Public Schools presents Homeroom.
Hi, and welcome to Homeroom, where we introduce you to the educators and the students who make Mobile County Public Schools the best in the state of Alabama. I'm your host, Renee Phillips, and today we're going to talk about what we are doing to keep our schools safe and how we are partnering with the City of Mobile and other agencies to do just that. So joining me, I have Mr. Andy Gatewood, who is the head of security for Mobile County Public Schools, and Mr. Ernest Scarborough, who's the deputy over operations.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi. And so tell me, Mr. Scarborough, you wear a lot of hats around here, so tell me, what all do you do?
Yeah, that's the truth. I guess, well, if you think of a school system, you think of academics, right? I've got everything outside of academics. So you're the business, the finance side of it, technology, facilities maintenance, and of course, safety and security, as well as CNP and a few other items. So
So
yeah,
quite a wide range.
pretty broad spectrum.
Never a
right?
dull day.
Well, not at all. Very different, pretty dynamic. Yep.
Okay. And Andy, you are over security. You were a police officer, and then you were a school resource officer. So tell us how you got to where you are.
Yeah, that's right. I was a police officer with the City of Mobile for a number of years, and was fortunate enough to take a position as a school resource officer. Actually, when the gentleman who was in my place was elected sheriff, I came over to the school system and did that for a number of years, and just celebrated 27 years in Mobile County Public Schools. So it's a great place. Well, thank you. It's a great place to be, and been the director for about 5 years now.
Yeah, and we're lucky to have you. I know anytime we have a crisis, you're the one who we want to be there.
Appreciate that.
And so speaking of that, I know you've put in some measures, some safety measures into place over the last year or so that we want to talk about, including the crisis alert system. So do you want to tell me what that is?
Yeah, sure. I'll get started and let Mr. Gatewood fill in on more of the details. But basically, Crisis Alert's a crisis management program that empowers our teachers and administrators to call for help with simply the click of a button on a badge, a wearable badge. And actually, I brought one with me. As you see, it's not much larger than a credit card. And if there's an incident in the classroom, it could be the cafeteria, anywhere on campus, a teacher or administrator can click this 3 times, and it'll send out a message for a staff alert. And by wearing the badge, it'll also identify where the individual is at. And it's not dependent on Wi-Fi, GPS, or cell service, because it runs off a system of strobes that are in the building, all throughout the building. They're down the hall, in the classrooms, ball fields, parking lots, everywhere on campus. So it basically creates a mesh over their entire school. So anywhere this badge goes is tied to that teacher, will know where they're at. So if there's an incident, could be a fight, a medical incident, hit the button, and again, they get immediate help. So we've been thrilled to have it. Also, it was very affordable too, which allowed us to put it in all of our high schools, and now we're looking at implementing it into the middle schools as well. Okay.
And you've been around school security for quite some time. What do you think of this system?
Oh, I absolutely love it. It's the one that I tell you, the singular thing that sold me on the system mainly was the badge itself. To be able to have the badge and be anywhere on campus, whether either inside or outside, and not only be able to get assistance, but they can also be used to place the school in lockdown if needed. If, for instance, if there was a teacher or a class, just particularly if they were outside and they see an incident or something about to happen that would require the school to be placed in lockdown, they could actually do that from out on the playground or out on the band practice field or whatever. So a very valuable tool. We have, since it's been in place in the high schools, we've gotten a lot of use out of it, mainly to, get assistance to the classroom. Not necessarily for the lockdown portion, but if there's an ill child or a disruptive student or something that the teacher needs assistance with, and they use that, and we've been very successful in use of it so far.
And do the teachers and staff feel safer having that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel certain that they do. In fact, the company has shared some data with us, and they've reached out and done some, asked some questions about how it makes how it has increased their sense of safety, and all has been positive.
And in addition to that, it's also tied into the intercom system. So if there's any kind of alert, such as a lockdown, the students, the staff, they would all hear it over the intercom system as well, with instructions on what to do next. It's tied into the desktops, and as well as their phones. I mean, you can send off an alert from the cell phone if you're an administrator. Maybe it's a weather incident, or a secure perimeter. They can do that from their cell phone as well.
And you mentioned it's cost effective. We have it in 13 schools now. Are we going to expand it?
That's correct, yes. We're currently putting it in the middle schools, so we'll put it in all the middle schools and 2 alternative schools.
That's correct.